My favorite read for May 2015. I'm late to the party on this one because it's my husband's fault. He read it back when it first came out, and then when he wrote his review for our blog, he said it was mostly appealed to men. And so I figured, oh, I'll pass on that. And he only gave it 4 stars, too. But then, now, recently, I found 2 videos, one at Elf Books and one at Get Bookish. One was a guy reviewing it, one was a girl reviewing it, and they both loved it, and I had to get it. It sounded great, and it is great. I'm so glad I read it. It's about a futuristic USA set in 2044. The main character is Wade, a high school kid who is a social outcast, basically. His parents are dead, he lives like a hermit, he has no friends, he attends school online so he can mute the insults out and doesn't have to listen to people. That was kind of humorous. That's one of the things of the book was cool. And then, so it's his real life going on, which is pretty plain and boring and not good. And then there's his life online in this virtual world called Oasis, which majority of the world is into. It's the big thing because there's so many problems in the world. Everyone wants to escape by going online and just playing this game in this virtual reality world. And the originator of Oasis died, one of the partners. But then he had a lot of money and no one to leave it to, so he came up with a contest. The winner of the contest would get his whole inheritance. The idea was he would leave clues in this world of Oasis that were related to the 80s. So this is where the 80s pop culture comes in. And then they would lead to a hidden egg. Whoever found the hidden egg first would win the inheritance. And Wade, he happened to be the first to figure out the first clue. And so he got the first key, which was the first step of getting to the egg. So the whole world is back paying attention now to him. And it turns out that there's a company who wants to take over Oasis and use it for their own profit. So you have like a David and Goliath competition thing going on, the little guy versus the big corporation with a whole lot of people working on this against him. And so there's tension, there's suspense, there's adventure. The adventure is all in this virtual world with the magic superpower things that they can buy, and the mystery is who's behind the avatars, who's the real people that are behind the avatars. It doesn't come out right away, so that's kind of another angle of the book that is really intriguing. And then, of course, he builds relationships with some of the other avatars. It's just a wonderful, well-written, fun read. I thoroughly enjoyed it. And I just think the author must have had a blast writing it and coming up with these characters and how they were going to be, who was going to be playing this. I think it would have been an interesting twist to have at least one of the characters playing be an older person, but it didn't happen. Anyhow, I really liked the book, and I'm glad I read it, and I would highly recommend it if you ever played video games, were into that, if you are from the time period of the 80s and like the 80s pop culture. You'll enjoy a lot of the references that are mentioned. But even if you aren't, it's still a wonderful read. It's a great book, and it's just neat how it's developed. It deals with the social anxiety that people have. It deals with making the world a better place. You know, build your world. Make it real. So go get this book. It's awesome. I can't believe I waited so long to read it.